You're still watching This Morning live on Metro Television, live on DSTV channel 277, live on Facebook and YouTube, Metro TV Ghana. Follow us on Instagram, Metro TV_GH. So, World Malaria Day is marked annually on the 21st of April to focus global attention to malaria and its devastating impact on families, communities, and societal development, especially in the sub-Saharan Africa. With 2% of global malaria cases and 3% of death, Ghana is among the 15 highest burden malaria countries in the world. That is very serious. Between 2016 to 2019, however, Ghana made a significant progress to malaria control. Cases has decreased by 32% from 237 cases per 100 of the population that were at risk, and the death decreased from 7%. And that is why a day like this is very, very important. But I have a very quite interesting name, Williet Adade. Am I right? Yes. Okay, from Bliss, GVS, Ghana. Good morning and welcome to This Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I've already mentioned that a day like this is important. But tell us more. Why should we observe World Malaria Day?
So as you stated, a day like this is important, and it will surprise you to know that malaria is one of the 10 OPD cases we have in Ghana. And malaria is still killing our children under 5 and pregnant women in sub-Saharan Africa. You know, sub-Saharan Africa is an endemic malaria zone.
Yeah.
So yes, so it's important we focus on malaria on 25th April.
Okay, so for the purpose of kids that are home, that are watching, to learn something, let's go back. What is malaria?
Malaria is caused by a tiny parasite. And malaria occurs when the female Anopheles mosquito bites a sick person to a well person. Okay. Yes, malaria is not caused by witchcraft. Yes,
no.
Yes. It's caused by the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay. And malaria can be prevented and it can also be treated. Okay. And as we always say, prevention is better than cure. Yeah. So it's important that we Africans and Ghanaians keep our surroundings clean. Yes. So we have to make sure that we sleep under treated mosquito nets. We also have to make sure that we bury cans and ties that can accumulate stagnant waters. Okay. We also have to drain our gutters. Yes. And make sure that we keep our environment clean. Sweeping our environment.
That is important. Yes. Keeping our environments clean. They say Accra is the cleanest city, but nowadays certain places you see is so bad. But then, day in, day out, someone is like, I'm hot, I have headache, I have chills. So those feelings actually means they are symptoms of malaria. How true is that?
Malaria presents with symptoms like headache, chills, fever, nausea or vomiting, joint pain. Okay. But normally we rather, malaria has similar symptoms with other diseases.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we advise that anytime you have these symptoms, it's important that you go to your pharmacy or your hospital, the nearest hospital, to test in order for you to be sure you have malaria.
Okay, so the proper way to check that you have malaria is go so that they diagnose.
Yes.
They take you run the necessary tests to know that indeed you have malaria.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's very necessary we do that before we take in our anti-malaria.
Okay. Yes. So before we talk about the whole anti-malaria, tell us a bit about Bliss GVS Ghana. Okay,
so Bliss GVS is a global pharmaceutical company. We are present in over 60 countries. And we've been in Ghana for close to 2 decades. Okay. Yes, and Bliss GVS is the world's largest manufacturer of pastries and suppositories.
Okay, well, which one is that?
Suppositories, you know, the suppositories we put in our anus.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And pastries, the one we insert into our vagina. Yeah. Yes, so we are the world's largest manufacturer of suppositories and pastries. Okay. And Bliss GVS is the first company to introduce the 6-dose anti-malaria formulation in the world. Okay. Yes, and also Bliss GVS, as I said, is present in over 60 African countries.
Okay, so being a pharmaceutical company and you introduce the 6 malaria, that is what is being prescribed often in Ghana?
Yes, we have the 24 tablets, we have the 12 tablets, and we have 6 tablets. But because of compliance, we realized that with the 24 tablets, it's very difficult for you to take 4 years. So we were able to formulate the 24 tablets into 6 tablets, so that it would be easier for the patient to take 1 tablet morning, 1 tablet in the evening for 3 days.
Okay, so take us through again, because you see, often in Ghana, when you take a malaria drug, they will put the time there.
Yes.
That, oh, if you take 6 p.m., the next day you take at 6 a.m. And that is what people normally forget. I'm number 1. Then you have to calculate 8 hours interval. Then you take it. Why is it so? Why should it be so? Why? What difference does it make?
And you know, with the parasites, the first dose, let's say when you take it at 6 a.m., you have to calculate 8 hours intervals for you to take the second dose. It is believed that it's important we do it that way, so that we have a lot of the anti-malaria. You know, the parasites when you have malaria, the parasites are very high. So the anti-malarials at that time can help reduce the parasite load. So that's why we do the 6 hourly, the first day. Then the second and third day, we have 12 hourly for the second and third day. Yes. So it's important to do the 8 hourly, then 12 hourly.
Okay. But I remember that when we're kids, when you have malaria, they'll just give you an injection and you are sorted out. Why now this whole drugs, so many medicines, pills to be taken instead of using the normal injections?
Bliss GVS, we have injectables, we have anti-malaria injectables. Yes, but you know, we can't be taking injections frequently. Yes. And one thing with the injections, we normally give the injections when you have severe malaria. That is when the malaria has migrated from mild to severe, then because the injectables work faster. Yes, and as I said, it also has its timing. And we can't be giving injectables every time. So it's more appropriate that we do the oral tablets. Yes, with the aim that by then the malaria should have gone. But when you have severe malaria, then you end up doing the injections.
What efforts do we need to do to eradicate malaria? As a pharmaceutical company, per the statistics that we have in Ghana, it shows that we have moved from one place to the other. It means people are actually coming in to buy medicines to cure themselves. How often do people come in with malaria prescriptions?
Very often.
Yes. As to compare to first?
No, now it's reduced. We still have malaria on the rise, so it's important we help eradicate malaria totally.
Okay. That's very good. But then, finally, before you go, what do you have to say on a day like this, and how can Bliss GVS Ghana help people in case of any emergency or whatever they want to do?
So as I said earlier on, Bliss GVS is a global pharmaceutical company. Yes, and we also have other medications. We have antifungal, we have vaginal pessaries, we have antibiotic, we have antiemetic. But in Africa, we are one of the world-leading manufacturers of anti-malarials. We have our popular brands. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Oh, can mention it.
Yeah, so we have brands like Lonat DS. We have PR like.
So you people brought Lonat into the system.
And you know, now when you are sick, you go to the pharmacy and you detect it's malaria. The first drug people go in for is Lonat DS. Yes. And Bliss GVS, we can't sit back to allow malaria take over Africa. So last year we initiated the Art for Africa campaign. And the main aim of this campaign was to empower and educate healthcare professionals to help relieve malaria disease burden. Last year we donated medications, anti-malarials and other essential medications to 5 major hospitals in Greater Accra. And this year we've extended it to other 4 regions. That is Western region, Central region, Ashanti region, and Eastern region. And we donated drugs worth 150,000 million Ghana cedis to these hospitals, anti-malarials and other essential medications. We've also conducted trainings and educations in marketplaces. We've also conducted trainings and educations in schools and also training colleges. Yes, and we know Bliss GVS is doing its best to help eradicate malaria. But we also plead with the general public to also help us in eradicating malaria. We can't do it on our own.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want the general public, as I said, personal hygiene is very important. Cleaning our environment, draining gutters and distilling gutters, burying cans, sleeping under treated mosquito nets will help us reduce and eventually eradicate malaria.
Yes. In Ghana and also the sub-Saharan African. Yes. Thank you very, very much, Williet Adade from Bliss GVS Ghana. And this morning we've been having a simple conversation on malaria. Since we are marking World Malaria Day, there are so many statistics to be read. When you go on the World Health Organization platform today, it's really, really working. There are so many statistics. I can read it here, but I would have loved that it will be on the screen for you to see. So just go onto their website and you read and have more on there. Okay, so Williet, thank you very, very much.